Alrighty guys, so man, this car is cool. 85 Monte Carlo SS slick top, 28,000 miles. Lots of work just done to her. Get her up to spec. And you may be thinking, if you look at my sales history, this is not something I normally would bring a trailer, but I had a 911 and I have a relationship with a guy locally that owns a shop, and we do a little horse trading from time to time. And he had this and I thought it was cool, so I said why not. Super neat. It's been fun driving it. And like I was saying in my driving video, so of course super low miles, right? Yeah. But it's kind of at an interesting mileage where if it had like 2,800 miles on it, you'd never want to drive it, right? You would never drive the car. You'd be afraid of something happening to it. And I would too. I mean, that's understandable. You'd put it in a warehouse and you just stare at it, or your garage. But this one is like, it's a you could daily this car. You can drive this car, right? You can drive it, you can enjoy it. You can just have fun with it, and you don't really have to worry about, you know, oh, am I gonna put 5 miles on it driving down the street? You can just have fun with it. So I think that's interesting. It's an interesting mileage. It's a cool situation to be in with something like this. So at any rate, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a walk around. We're gonna do paint meters. Then we're gonna go through the interior, and I'm gonna do my best to demonstrate that everything functions on the vehicle. I mean, there isn't that much, right? It's not like a highly optioned, not like these cars had a lot of options almost 40 years ago, which to me is, I mean, I was born in '78, so it's just nuts that this car is like, it's almost 40 years old. It's crazy to me. So I took a picture of the option sticker, but here it is. I'm gonna kind of do this. Well, we're gonna do this. I think that should make it straight for everybody. All right, then we're gonna go back to this orientation. So these are not, I have the original floor mats. These are kind of like a placeholder. You know, these are obviously not OEM, but they're good to use if you don't want to put wear on the OE ones. So those come with the car, obviously. So this is the radio, the original radio, and the faceplate. I'm pretty sure this is the original spare. We have what I believe to be the original jack. We have, from what I can tell, this is the original lug wrench, but it's missing. There's one other part to the spare tool that's not there. These are the original front brake pads that were changed out just because they were old. And it's really good to have these because, you know, with a 5-digit odometer, of course, you know, you get the question, was it rolled over? And that's a valid question. But those being the original pads, you can look at the thickness and you tell that it hasn't been. You can also look, you know, we're going to look at the pedals. It's always a good telltale sign. And then, you know, something like the turn signal stock, you can tell there's next to no wear on that. Steering wheel, etc. You can look at the Carfax, the mileage intervals, and so on and so on. So I removed all the, you know, the mat here. Take pictures of the pans. Other than some surface rust on like the springs and whatnot, I saw absolutely no body rust whatsoever. All the decals, as far as I can tell, everything appears to be 100% original. trying to get the spoiler decals here. It's a little hard because of the shadow. You can see some patina here on the fender decals, or the fender flare decals, and then where it folds into the door there. So I did replace the little front hood emblem right here. I kept the original one. It's in the glove box. You can also see the date code on the upper radiator hose. Pretty neat. All right, so let's start and do our paint meters. We're going to start here on the driver's rear quarter. I did get pictures of all the glass. All the glass appears to be original on the car. So you see we have the new compressor, new lines, of course shocks, the stabilizer links, blower motor, looks like it was also replaced at some point. And we have the original AC sticker. It's kind of neat, it's like, you know, the little things, pretty cool. I do have new hood insulation coming. It is obviously not installed. This will be replaced within the next couple of days. I had an option, I had time to do the pictures this morning, so I took it before this is replaced, but this will be replaced. I also wanted to mention, and I'll say this in my comments. So I sell, you know, again, if you look at my sales history, I'll bring a trailer. You know, I do a lot of Porsches from the late 90s and early 2000s. And I know what's, you know, the important things that guys want to know on those cars. If there's a picture, if there's something that you want to know, or if the community can tell me is there something that I need to grab you know, it's like take a picture of this spot on the car, just let me know. I will do it. You know, I'm pretty good about doing my listings and pictures, and I know what's important and whatnot. But if I miss something, man, just tell me, because I am admittedly a little out of my element. I took a picture of this. I wanted to point it out. Looks like there's a scuff mark. Well, not looks like. There is a scuff mark here. This is on the front bumper, so you can kind of orient yourself. There's the emblem, and it's right there. There is a shade of paint fade on the bumper. I'm sure because this is plastic. You know, I see that on the 911s I sell, where the front bumpers, there is some paint fade, and sometimes there's a shade difference between the front bumper and the rest of the vehicle, simply because it's plastic. All right, let's keep going with our paint meters. Now that is hard to read because of the angle, but we have 4 or 5 mils. We're gonna go up here, passenger side, top. Again, hard to read. We're at 4 mils there, so showing no paint work thus far. Again, we have some patina here on the decals, which would lend itself to you know, the originality. Same thing back here, some patina on the stickers. I'm assuming they're upward facing, so they're gonna get sun, whereas the door and the Monte Carlo SS is not upward facing, so they don't get as much exposure and less tendency to fade. All right, trunk deck, funny angle, 4 or 5 mils, and I'm gonna sneeze here in a second. 4.45 on the trunk. Jesus, excuse me. So yeah, okay, no paint. Well, let's do the roof. I don't know why you would paint the roof, not any other of the car, but might as well finish the drill. Okay, so we're at 5 on the driver's side. Six mils, and then we're gonna go back 5. Okay, so high degree of certainty. We do not have any paint work. Interior is, I mean, there's nothing, there's very little as far as imperfections on the interior to point out, but I'm going to point out what I have found anyway. So there's a few little tiny, there's 2 cracks in this window scraper. This is the driver's side. That's the only gasket I was able to find that had any wear on it. Now I did note in the driving video, excuse me, there is a little bit of a wind noise. I'm assuming, I mean, these gaskets, you can see how they're depressed just from the window being on them for, 40 years. So if that's something that really got on your nerves, I'd be pretty confident in saying that new door seals would rectify that. Same thing on the driver's side, right here. The back seat. So there's my last minute cleaning towel, detailing towel. There's nothing on the back seat to mention. I'm not gonna say no one ever sat back there because that's not true, but it looks like it. Let's go back around to the passenger side. We're gonna look at the passenger seat. Nothing to note as far as wear. Also important to note, I mean, everyone smoked in the 80s, right, and the 90s. No cigarette burns. I don't see any evidence that this vehicle was ever smoked in. I mean, was it smoked in? Yeah, maybe, right? Like, everybody smoked back then. So I can't say for certain it was never smoked in. Oh, yep, let me jump out here. So we have a little mark on the driver's seat. This actually looks like glue to me, because it's hard. So that's kind of like, that's right in the center down at the bottom. We're gonna do a quick light check. Side marker good, a little hard to tell. Headlight, lower marker good. Headlight, lower marker good. I drove it this morning before the sun was up. I can confirm all the backlights on the dash are good. Tag light, tail light, side marker, all lights functional. Oh, sorry, I'm sniffly. All right, you can kind of see, so you can see the backlight for the odometer there. There you go, so you can kind of just confirm that those are functional. I mean, not much on the interior. We're gonna do our windows. Oh, wrong one. We're gonna do our window, and then we're gonna put it up from this side. Door locks. So my understanding is, a power lock, power window car, a little bit on the, the rare side. A lot of them were crank. Also, my understanding that the clock inlaid in the tachometer was an option, and it actually works, which, To me, that's a little amazing, but you know, maybe it's not. As we would expect with all the air conditioning work, I didn't think it would be as efficient as it is. It works. I mean, I have it turned all the way down, the fan speed, and it's great. I mean, I'm really comfortable. Okay, we did our lights. Mirrors are manual. Of course, they're cable driven. I kind of have them so where I like them. I don't really want to move them too much. And the mirror on that side. So they run a cable all the way from here to the mirror, which is, to me, is like, that's so crazy. Wouldn't it be easier to just make it power? I mean, I don't know. There you go. I'm hesitant to really move it that much because I have it set where I like it. Okay, so I've used the cruise. It is functional. Wipers. Oh wait, wrong one. So they come up and then they settle like they're supposed to. There you go. Horn. Then we have the adjustable steering column right there. You can tell that, I mean, the steering wheel, as far as wear goes, just another, you know, just some more, what's the word I'm looking for? The word is escaping me. Provenance for the mileage, you know, just the lack of wear on the steering wheel, the horn ring. So like I pointed out, of course, we do have the original radio. So there's the lighter. Let's see. Yeah, it's been used. That could just be corrosion, actually. That to me, that looks like corrosion just from its sitting. I don't know that it's been used. It's hard to tell. Rear defrost, completely functional. I used that yesterday morning when I drove the car to the auction. We have a little storage cubby. So there's some on the shifter surround. I guess this is, it's not a decal, but there is some bubbling right here. It's not bad, but again, I'm trying to point out everything that I can even think of. Armrest next to, well, I mean, there's nowhere to mention on the armrest. Well, it's coming. Okay, I take that back. It's coming up a little bit over here. You can kind of see that. So this is on the passenger side. The vinyl's coming a little loose on the passenger side. That could be fixed. I'll try it. Well, I don't know if I want to. I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna leave it like it is. If that way I'm just gonna leave it, and I'll let the winner decide if they want to screw with it. So not that these matter, posterity's sake, these were with the vehicle for the last, so when the car was bought out of the collection up north, these were with the car. You can keep them or throw them away. I think it's kind of neat. Somebody like unicorns. And this is from 1988. So this is, you would give it's before, I mean, I was 10. But this is something so it's for the American Legion. And you would give guys at, like, the stoplight $1, and they'd give you this little thing. So these have been with the car for the last 30 something, almost 40 years. So we're gonna leave them in there. The next guy can decide if he wants to keep them or get rid of them. I tried to show, I mean, it was really hard because of the lighting. I tried to show the headliner. The headliner is perfect. It's not sagging. There are no burn marks. There are no ash marks, anything. that you would expect. I would expect a car from the 80s to have burn marks in it, but you know, they not all do. Oh, look at that. There you go. Pretty neat. Engine starting instructions. Look at that. Wow. This is cool. I wish I could get more of these older cars, but honestly, most of them are just they're just in bad shape. You know, they're just old and people don't take care of them. All right, so we're gonna go down 1 or 2 red lights and then circle back to my office, and this is a video where I'm gonna film the gauges while I drive. So it runs really, again, I don't know if this is normal, I don't know if it has a low temp thermostat, but it runs. I mean, it doesn't get past the quarter, the temp gauge, which, again, this is the only 1985 Monte Carlo I've ever driven in my entire life, so that could be normal. That could be normal. I mean, it tracks perfectly straight. Transmission shifts exactly when it was supposed to. It's nice and smooth. It's quiet. It doesn't rattle or shake. Braking is nice. It actually, as far as a bigger car, it turns really. I was surprised at turning radius. I really was. Oh yeah, again, just showing the gas gauge does work. It was on a quarter 2 days ago, and I didn't fill it up. I put like $25 in. I just wanted to make sure it read correctly. So I'm on the fence about the radio. I would probably just leave this one in. As far as going back to the original one, and that comment goes back to just being more oriented as a super low mileage driver. So it just makes driving the car a little bit more enjoyable. But you could, I mean, if you wanted to, you know, by all means, you pop the OG one back in. I might even update it a little more and get one with Bluetooth, but it's just me. It is obviously tinted. Where I live, it gets over 100 degrees in the summer. The tint is advantageous for this area. If you wanted to remove it, you could. It's not a big deal. The dash is not cracked. I don't know if that's an issue with these models, with this year model, but I mean, maybe none of them are. You know, I don't really know. But this one is not. Alrighty, folks, we are back at home base in Savannah, Georgia. And like I always say, if you have any questions, by all means, just let me know. Thanks for watching. And we are going to just confirm, you can obviously see the trip meter is pulling miles. That is more in the odometer than the pictures I sent in to bring a trailer, so we can confirm that the odometer is functional. Alrighty, folks, that'll do it. Let me know what you think, and if you have any questions and or concerns. And again, thanks for watching.